Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited you decided to join me today. Today we're actually going to build an apartment. I know I usually do like full like houses on Sundays, but I just ran out of time. I was busy. Me and my boyfriend have been watching the Hunger Games series because it's been all over my TikTok for you page. So I kind of last night we watched Catching Fire instead of me finishing the build that I had started for today's video. So this morning I woke up and I just kind of did this build instead. I planned on this one being on Wednesday, so I didn't switch around my schedule too much. Not that it really matters that much, but yeah, I really do like how this one turned out. I imagined it was for a set of grandparents and then two teens, like two grandkids that they were raising. I imagined there was a boy and a girl, and I imagined the girl was in like did cheerleading and really liked moving to the city. Like I imagine that they were probably with their kid, like with their actual parents. I imagine they were from Strangerville, which I thought was an interesting storyline. And maybe things started to go south, and maybe even their parents are like over there battling, or maybe they lost their parents to the mother plant or something. But I just imagine that they just had to come live with their grandparents, and that meant the grandparents had to settle down. I imagine the grandparents were, I imagine they're really big travelers. They, travel all over the place, and they brought pieces of that to them with them in the city, and I imagine they chose the city because they could still be exposed to all those different cultures that they see when they're traveling. I don't have, a lot of things that know to traveling. I did use the new suitcase shelves in the grandparents' room, which I really liked. I also didn't record the little craft room, which is the bigger room into the archway. I was trying to finish this build before I went out to lunch with my with my boyfriend's family, and they were just too fast at Sam's Club, so I didn't get enough time to record that room. So I thought I was going to record it when I came back, and then I realized I didn't hit the record button, and I was always halfway done with it, and I wanted to try to get this video on time, so we'll see if I can get this video up in the next 45 minutes. I mean, voiceover is the last step, so now I just have to schedule it and post it, so hopefully that can happen. If not, it'll just be a few minutes late, which is totally okay. But this floor plan was kind of being a little tricky. I kind of didn't know what to do. I knew I kind of wanted, honestly I had no idea. I was gonna maybe I could do just raising one grandkid, but I was kind of just figuring it out as I went. I really do like this kind of older-ish look in this apartment, especially the more modern exterior. I like thinking that the grandparents kind of chose this one, and the landlord's are you sure? We have some more modern units. And they're no, we like this one. And you'll see, I kind of put some stuff around those nice travel photos to kind of hint that they were traveling. I do imagine that the grandson was really into chess. I imagined he was on the chess team, so I put a chessboard out here along with a chess magazine, and I imagine the grandma knitted. I imagine that's probably how the grandparents get a majority of their income. Maybe the grandpa picks up odd jobs, kind of does some odd jobs here and there, but imagine the grandma knits and sells it on Plopsy, and she is kind of a freelance knitter, I guess, in a way. So she kind of takes projects but also kind of sells other stuff in her spare time. Yeah, there's not too much going on. Like I said, this floor plan kind of gave me a trouble, although I really did like using these not the country kitchen, the what is that, country living expansion pack stove and fridge in here. Sorry if you can hear my chair squeaking. I'm not recording in the bedroom like I normally am because my boyfriend's in there taking a nap, and so I obviously don't want to go and disturb him. He's been working quite a bit lately, so I want to make sure I give him this time to kind of relax. But as I was saying, I really did like using those, especially because they had the little chicken decal in it, and I imagine maybe the grandma had a thing for chickens. I know that my grandma had a thing for chickens, and then my older neighbor, next door neighbor, also has a thing for chickens. So I think it's just kind of a cute touch. And then this hot pot is something I also imagine that maybe they picked up from another culture, and there's that chicken they picked up from another culture. I imagine they really liked kind of the England area and also the Japanese culture. Okay, I'm very sorry. I just had to cut out there for a second. My cats were fighting and I had to deal with it. But I'm back now. And as I was talking about, I feel like just older people in general kind of have like a thing for chickens. I don't know. I mean, I went through a phase where I was obsessed with chickens and then I convinced my family to get chickens. But like I also lived on a farm, so like it was okay. I don't know. I just imagined, like, as I said, I imagine though, I imagine. Let's see how many times I can say imagine during this voiceover. But I was just kind of thinking that the grandparents really enjoyed, like, the Hemford on Bagley kind of life, but they also really liked traveling and seeing different cultures. I don't know. I didn't put a lot of thought into the fact, like, into the grandparents other than, like, grandma knits and they travel a lot. And then they stopped traveling to come like take care of their grandkids. And I don't know, I don't know, I really like that. I don't know how well I would do if my grandparents started raising me. I think I definitely would have came out a lot different. I also used that cow plaque. Oh my goodness, that was so cute. And the little spice thing. And then I'm cluttering up this little buffet table in the dining room because I thought about having more counters there. But I was like, no. So I really wanted a buffet, but I couldn't find like another sideboard that I really liked. So I just went with this one. And yeah, I don't know. I really liked how this living space came together. It's definitely something, maybe I do it. I like making these like traditional builds every once in a while, especially in apartments, because I feel like apartments can go, I mean, everything can go one way or the other, but I feel like some older apartments are just kind of fun. And then this is the only bathroom I end up decorating on that you can see, but all of them are going to be in the screenshots. And I do put laundry in this build just because I'd put that basket out in the living area. So I was like, well, let's put laundry in it. And it's been a while since I put laundry in my build. So, and I also kind of, I cut it out of this. Oh my goodness, I was stuttering a whole bunch there. But I cut it out of this, I'm showing you, but I kept trying to fit the litter box in here, and I couldn't get it to fit in here. So it is in the craft room because I didn't really want it in any of the other bathrooms. And so there's a litter box, even though you won't see it. I know there's one. You'll see it in the screenshots. The craft room is in the screenshots as well. I kind of put it up towards the front of the screenshots just because I know that I usually don't stick around for screenshots and other people's speed builds, so I don't know if other people enjoy them or if it's just me being like, all right, because I usually just honestly treat other people's speed builds either as like some inspiration or like truly as a podcast. I'm like sick, a 20-minute podcast, exactly what I need to get me through washing the dishes. I don't know, I don't know. But now we're in the grandson's room, and I imagined, like I said, he was kind of a little bit of a nerd into science and math. I imagined that he thought he's like really into chemistry, like he thinks he's gonna go back. Not he thinks. I anticipate he probably will go back and like fix Strangerville. Like he's like wants to go back and like bring it back to its former glory. But like he's also really into chess. I don't know why I put the llama in here, but I did. And then yeah, I end up when I'm decorating the granddaughter's room, I end up coming back and putting a chest trophy in here because I didn't know we had a chest trophy. And then there's some more like travel collage. And now we're just gonna jump into the granddaughter's room. And I absolutely love how this room turned out. I would live here in a heartbeat. I used a whole bunch of high school years and just, yeah, like high school year stuff. And it turned out so cool. I don't know. I also imagined that she was bisexual. That's why she has the bi flag. And I used this complete set of this stuff from the high school years expansion pack. It's like purple-ish pattern with the marble on it. I was like, oh my god, this is gorgeous. And it fits so well. And then I just kind of put some posters up on the wall and some records. And then this is where I have the laundry basket, the only like actual functioning hamper for the entire apartment, but you only really need one hamper, so I was like, well, I'm gonna make sure I put it in at least one of the kids. There, you saw me put the chest trophy back. I was like, oh, I didn't know we had this. I don't know if you'll see it, I think I did it after I cut out. I did put a couple stuffed animals in here, like the knitted ones, because I imagine maybe her grandma had knitted them from her. But I don't know, I just think this sim is like really cool. Like she does everything. Like she's like, yeah, I want to be in drama. Yeah, I want to do cheerleading. Yeah. And she's just kind of like a yes queen. That's what we just, I don't know. I really, really, really like how this like purple and blue color scheme turned out. And I think it was very, very pretty in my personal opinion. And I also love how much like pattern I went for in here. Like usually I'm like, oh, it doesn't match, like it all needs to match. But just, I think it really shows like the what am I trying to say? The individuality of the sim. That's a hard word for me to say fast. Individuality. Oh no, never mind. I got it. But and a comfy rug. Like what else is more alpal than a comfy rug and candles? Like actually, I don't usually put that many candles, but I put a lot of candles in her room because I was like, yes, all of the vibes, please. But yeah, we are gonna head into the grandparents' room, and then I think we're about done with this voiceover, actually. Like, there's not too terribly much left, and I do want to thank you all for spending a little bit of time with me today. I really do appreciate it, and I just want to let you know that if you want to see more videos like this, you can go ahead and subscribe. It really means a lot to me, and give this video a big thumbs up. And this build is available on the Sims 4 gallery under my EA ID, which is alisonlogue, ALISONLOGUE, or under hashtag alpalsgames. And here we are finally in the grandparents' room. And honestly, it came together pretty quickly after I kind of got everything sorted. But there's not too much left. Also, I've never seen that critter lamp before. Maybe it's just been blind and we've had it forever, or it came in the new update. I imagine we've had it forever, but I really liked using it. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye!